Okay, please.
Line 105, medical expenses for self, spouse, or common law partner, and your dependent children born in 2004 or later.
Yeah, born 2004, that means under 18 years. Okay, under 18 years is dependent. So that means include yourself and your spouse and your kids is all including in this line. So that's the things. Okay, your core family. You don't need separate. Okay, you put together. You put together. That's the first things. Another thing, is anybody read for one? Is anybody read for 109 for me? 109.
I can, ma'am.
Please.
Okay. Line 109, allowable amount of medical expenses for other dependents. Use federal worksheet.
Yes, thank you. This one is the medical expenses is for other dependent. Okay, other dependents. And I think everybody you understand other dependents now, right? So that's 105 is for core family medical expenses. If you have other dependent, like I give you example is Tom, Jackson or something. The Tom is if Tom is Aaron's father and Jackson yesterday I give you is Cindy's father. It's something like that. Then you put 109. You cannot put together. Okay, 105 is core family, spouse, and the kids. The other dependent put 109. Okay, and if you are single, you live with your mom. Then your mom is your eligible dependent. Then you put on if you're eligible dependent, I said eligible dependent is not other dependent, then you put 105. Okay, it's like I said, eligible dependent is equivalent than spouse. You have a one spouse, then your eligible dependent it has one. Okay, so you put 105, not on 109. Okay, 109 is other dependent. That's the one thing. Another things, we will see. You see 105, they have a 107. So 107 is what? See here. What is this one? What is this one? What this number here? Everybody.
Negative or minus?
Yeah, it's minus. So you know that's medical expenses, they are minus something. So what they minus something is 106. 106 is amount. That's amount from line 23600. If you know 23600, 23600 is net income. So the net income times 3% is 106. So that means they minus your net income, 3% of your net income. Or if you 3% of your net income is more than 2,421, then they just pick up 2,421. Okay, so in this case, sometimes if your net income is more than I think more than 35. Last year's 35 something, 35,000 something. Then you just take 2,421. That means the maximum amount is 2,421. If less than 2,421, then they take 3% of your net income. If your 3% of net income bigger than 2,421, then they minus this one. So every year they change. Okay, this number every year they increase, they change. So as you know, the minus is okay. Listen, first thing is we want this for the best for you get the best result. We want best benefit for this family. You want the best result. You want this credit is big or small. You want the medical expenses is big or small. The number is big or small for same thing. So like for 5,000. So 5,000 medical expenses. Under you want under Aaron is big or under Cindy is big because they have subtract something, right? They have a subtract something. So you basically you want. So my question is a general idea, okay? You want credit is bigger is benefit or small is benefit? The number.
Big benefit, ma'am.
Is bigger or small is benefit for you? The credit.
Big, ma'am.
Big, right? Is anybody has no have another opinion? You says you want the benefit. You want the credit is bigger or small? The amount is bigger is beneficial for you or small beneficial for you?
I think small, ma'am.
Okay. So when you go to so here when you go to store, they says you have a store credit. You have a store credit. Then I don't have a I don't have a store credit. So which one is benefit for you? You purchase $100, then you have a store credit is $50. So but I don't have any store credit. So which one you are happy?
The bigger
With the
benefit,
store
ma'am.
credit.
The one with store credit happy, right?
Yes.
Because you pay less money. Then I don't have a store credit. I have to pay $100. I have no choice. But you have a store credit, you can deduct that. That means your store credit is $50. Then I don't have. My credit is $0. So the credit is you want big or small? Which one? That means, Aaron, you have a 50 store credit, then I have a 0 credit. So which one you are beneficial?
More beneficial with the credit, ma'am.
Yes. So everybody here. So store credit is everybody here. So store credit, you want a big amount credit, right? The first thing you want a big amount. Keep in your mind. The credit is bigger, then you get pay less tax. You're more beneficial. You're paying less. And now, if the same, we all got 5,000 the same, but they subtract that amount. Subtract some amount, subtract the different amount. We want to subtract that 107. You want 107, that number is bigger or small? Because you need to subtract like 5,000. You subtract the 100, subtract the 1,000 or subtract 2,000 is benefit for you. That means you subtract that amount is bigger or small?
Bigger, ma'am.
Bigger.
Okay, so you have a 5,000 medical expenses. You subtract the 1,000 is 400. You get 400. 4,000. Sorry, you get 4,000. You get 4,000 credit. If you subtract 2,000, then you get 3,000 credit. So which one? So
smaller for number 107 would be better, ma'am.
Yeah, the smaller, because we want to get a bigger credit, right? We want to get big credit. You got it. That's I said. The first question I asked you. The credit is bigger or small. So you want to get a big credit. So why? So because big credit, you pay less. The big credit, you pay less. So so in order to get a big credit, so the minus 107, this line must be small, then because the family medical expenses is certain. You can't change as long as I tell you they have a rule, okay? As long as you have that receipt, is qualified that receipt, then you put on Cindy, put on Aaron. That's the same. That's the total number is the same, but 107 is different. Why? 107 is 3%. 3% of your net income, because Aaron and Cindy, the net income is different. Of course, everybody's net income is different. So the 107 is different. Okay, the 107 is different. So we need to find the big 107, or we need to find the less 107.
The less, ma'am.
The small number was 107. So in case you get a small number, Aaron, you very good because you are follow, and you in this way you learn is good, okay? And because you follow me and you answer questions and you ask questions, that's good way to learn. I like the way you learn, okay? Everybody, I want you active. Okay, I want you active, and you just if you sit here to listen, probably you won't remember. I want you to remember. I give you the pass, so you follow my pass, then you can remember. So the 107, we are looking for 107 small number, because 107 everybody is different. Okay, everybody is different. 107 is 3%. So the 3% of your net income. 3% of your net income. Okay, so everybody is different. So in here, so we need to find the small number of 107. So in case of a small number, that means because it's 3%, that means net income should be low. If net income is lower net income, then they get small number of 107. Is correct?
Yes.
So it's correct. So that means when we were doing medical expenses, so it's beneficial. It's beneficial for the person with high income or low income.
With low income.
Low income.
Low income.
Yes, with low income. Okay, with low income. You keep in your mind, okay? You are keeping in your mind. So generally speaking, is the person with low income is beneficial. Why? Because you get more credit, bigger credit on 108. You get big credit on 108, okay? But when you that's the one point. Another point, okay? Part B. Medical expenses is federal non-refundable tax credit, as I said. So you said it's beneficial for the person with low income. But if the people's income is too low, like yesterday, Cindy's income is 12,000. Okay, like yesterday, Cindy's income is 12,000. So we know 12,000, then the Cindy has a basic amount. Basic amount is 13,808. So under this amount, that's here. That's is 12,000. Then they have a basic amount. So they won't need that. Okay. And under this one, that's credit. So they don't need any credit anymore because their income is too low. Okay, so probably he lost. So yesterday we say Cindy is a disability. He has a disability amount. So he doesn't need a disability amount, but disability amount transfer to Aaron because these amounts and that CRA they give to the special disabled amount, they guarantee you won't lose it. If your income is too low, then you won't lose it. Then they transfer to Aaron. We got 10,000 yesterday. I'll show you. But the medical expenses is different. When this person's income is low, too low, then they won't transfer to another person. Okay, to your spouse. They just lost. So that's lost. So in this case, you lost. You lost. In this case, you lost. But it depends on the person is low income. Some person, the low income, they lost a little bit. They still need part of them. Then they lost part. But some is too low, is very low. Like yesterday, Cindy, they will lose whole things. So in this case, you need to put the person with high income, they get something other than they lost. So in this case, you need to try. Okay, you need to try because you know they lost part of them. You don't know. For the person with low income, then you put the person with high income, you don't know lost how much, right? So in this case, you need to try. Okay, you need to try. Then the student asked me, they says, how you says this person with lower income is too low. Too low, they will lost. So how low? Can you tell me how low it is? Then I will tell you. I cannot give you exactly the net income number because everybody has different. You know that, and they have a loss of credit, right? Then you see here, and that's the loss credit. I don't know. So basically, for medical expenses, is if you're lower than 30 or 35,000, so you need to try. Otherwise, you just it's 40, definitely not too low. So you could put down here, okay? You could put down here, but I said you always be try because everybody is different. Then so far I just said the donation. Yesterday I come to the donation. So the donation is 114. I said the donation is go to the person with what? The person with high income or low income yesterday.
Low income.
The donation is
High
114
income. High.
with high income.
income.
Yeah, high income. So because they own is only for donation, they are not subtract the net income. And medical expenses, they subtract net income. So we need to subtract the number is small. So we find is a low income is better. The low income better. But the donation, they just subtract $200. It's everybody. You put the high income, they subtract 200. Low income, subtract the 200. So they subtract 200. So in this case, it's not related to your net income. So in this case, you just put on the person with high income. Okay, why? Because there's a federal non-refundable tax credit. If you put a low income, probably you lost. So we put high income. That's you won't get lost, right? Even your high income still low, then you have no choice. Okay, then you have no choice other than your next year. You consider next year to claim charitable donation next year when your income is getting higher. Okay, so basically, if you decided to claim that person with a higher income for donation, but for medical expenses, so first thing is you try on the person with low income. Why? Because we want 107 is small. You subtract is small. You minus the number is small, then you get more credit. Okay, get more credit. But sometimes this more credit is for the lower income, then cannot absorb it. Okay, you keep that keeping in mind. And that means the best thing is you try. Okay, the best thing is you try. When I do my tax return, and I always put the medical expenses under my name. But sometimes in 2020 is a pandemic. Then I lost my job, and I lost my company. That small company, they're closed. So I just stay home. Then they shut down. They closed. So that's I have no income for I think it's for 6 months or 8 months. I can't remember. So in 2020, then also the East West College, they are not call me for that lessons. So I don't teach any class in 2020 East West College. So mainly is that gentlemen, they are taught every class, okay, until last year, January. There's accounting, there's that accounting payable that class. That one is East West College call me. Is only I teach them only 2 weeks, because in first week they go with that gentleman. They basically they just learning nothing. So some student they find something wrong, and some student ask question. Then they says it's out of topic. It's not including my core, my this model, something like that. Then there's 3 or 5 students. They just complain, lots of complaint. Then they East West College they call me for that class. They tell me that the student is picky. They tell me, remind me, be careful, Helen. They are picky. I said okay. But when I finished that class, everybody is happy. They are not picky at all. They're not picky at all. And I think there's some student, if you want to learn more, then you like me. But if you just want to get your you pay the money, you want to get your certificate or something, that you won't like me. Okay, I'm not sure. And probably is the good choice. You go to that instructor. So that instructor is easy for you to pass, because they have attendance sheet, 10% or something. You just do you can do that choose or false question, multiple choice, written question, all from 5,000 G. Okay, you can find the answer the 5,000 G as long as you just read it. But when you do tax return, probably not. You cannot do. Okay, when you finish that course, you still cannot do the tax return. Okay, that's what I asked. There's one student is Chinese. Then she took that. She is counting. I think she is counting and the payroll student. Then she with him, that gentleman. Then one day she called me, and I say, she finished that model. I say, can you do the tax return? She said, I'm not sure. I say, can you do your T4 return? She said, I'm not sure. Wow, that's so surprising to me. Okay, so anyway, so now we just come to so now, okay. So for now, we just start for medical, for that. Just hold on. I need to open my file. Okay. Just come to medical expenses, okay? We just learn concept. Turn on this. Actually, medical expenses is the last item when you do the tax return. Okay, when you do tax return, you need to go through everything. Then I will tell you, I will tell you because next week we're going to teach student return. Okay, so basically the step is you do return is T4 return, then T3, T5. So T3, T5 is all then RRSPs. So all stuff is investment income. So first thing is employment income, right? Then or your self-employment income. Then you come to investment income. When you finish that, then you do expenses. And then you do the credit is your student T2202, your tuition, your tuitions. Then your scholarship. So the scholarship is easy. Then I go through that. Okay, scholarship is very easy. It's something like T4, T3, T5. As long as your T4, T3, T5, you just follow the box number you put in. It's quite easy. Then you just do charity donation. So it's and childcare expenses, all the stuff when you're done. Then the last item is medical expenses. Okay, so when you do return, you need to follow the step. The medical expenses is the last one you need to do. Okay, but why I teach everybody is earlier. I need to open that. Why I teach everybody is earlier because medical expenses is complicated. They involve lots of knowledge and complicate. And somebody you need very careful. Okay, and as I said, you have to develop the good habit. Is you have to try. You put on the person with put on the medical expenses on the husband and put on medical expenses on the wife. But try is the person with low income first. Okay, don't try a person with high income first. Low income first. Okay, you put the person with low income first. Then you delete it. Then you go to the high income. I'm going to show you. Okay, you have to follow my step. So my step is good. My step is okay. Okay, somebody they sent me. My step is good, is prevent you made a mistake. Okay, now we just learning concept. Before I start medical expenses, so first thing is time. So as everybody knows, so medical expenses, we're doing 2021 return, right? We're doing 2021 return. And I just gave you a question. Okay, I know everybody. So 2021 return, the medical for the time, okay? Medical expenses is from January to December 2021, right? It's qualified, right? You agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I have 2020, if I still have a 2020, the receipt for medical expenses, that receipt is in 2020, but I'm not claiming in 2020's return. Can I still qualify for that? Can I still enter in 2020's return? So of course that's true. If you have medical expenses receipt in 2021, then we do 2021 return is qualified. Of course it's qualified, right? But my question is, I still have some receipt is in 2020. In 2020, the one things I forgot. Sometimes I forgot. to claim in 2020's. I forgot in 2020's tax return. Okay, I forgot to claim in 2020's return. The one thing. Another one is says, yes, I remember, but I bring it to HR block. HR block says I'm not. Is too small, because they subtract the 3% of net income, right? Then this says it's too small, and that amount is too small. So this year, I'm thinking probably I can claim it. So can I still use them, or I just throw the garbage?
Yes, you can still claim it.
Yeah, that means 20. That means if you not claim, unclaimed medical expenses in 2020, then in 2021 you still able to claim. Is correct? You still can able to claim. Is correct?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how about 2019? I still have a 2019 that 2019 that receipt, and that guy says it's not qualified because my net income is too high. Like your 3% net income is 1,300, but your receipt is 1,000, so you still cannot claim. But right, so you subtract the 1,300, you only have 1,000, so it's negative. So if it's negative, you don't get any credit. So so I have that 2019. So I still can claim in 2021.
Yeah, I think so, as long as you have your receipt.
Okay. Now we just now this question you keep in your mind. You keep in your mind. Only I tell you in 2021, of course, yes. Okay. For 2020 and 2019, you keep in your mind. Then I will when we learn, you will know. I just give you before start. I just give you idea. Now we learn. Then you won't able to answer that question. Okay, I just bring the question. Okay, medical expenses. Okay, here, medical expenses first. Okay, the medical expenses. So you can claim the only eligible. Okay, we are talking next topic. What is eligible? What does medical expenses is qualified or not? So eligible medical expenses on your tax return, if you, your spouse and common law partner paid for medical expenses in any 12 months. Okay, be careful. Any 12 months period ending in 2021, did not claim them in this one is sorry. Okay, it's not. It's this one I need to check, and I update this one, but I forgot. So paid for medical expenses in any 12 months period ending in 2021, did not claim them in 2020. Okay, so anything you 12, that means 12 months, but you have ending. Ending, that means last month. You have to file 2021. Okay, so the earliest one is if you have, you are not claiming 2020. So if you have a 2020's receipt, okay, that means if you have a 2020's receipt, then you pick up the earliest one is what? Is February 2020 to January 2021, right? The earliest one. You understand? Because we have a 12 months period. So the 12 months period. So the earliest one is from February 2020 to February 2020 to January 2021. So can I claim January 2020's receipt
No.
if I have? No,
No.
because if you do January 2020, then the last month must be December 2020. So the last month, December 2020, is not qualified. They want the ending is in 2021. Keep in mind, the ending is 2021. So that's impossible to your claim January 2020. If you have a January 2020, then you lost. Okay. So how about 2019? I still have a receipt not claimed in 2019. Can I claim that?
No, ma'am.
No, definitely before January 2020. Before January 2020 is all gone. Okay, you threw the garbage, all gone. So from the earliest one is February 2020. February is 2020. Okay, keep in your mind. Why? Because this says 12 months period ending in 2021. Okay, you can claim medical expenses for yourself, your spouse or common law partner, or your dependents. That's I said, the core family you put together. Okay, you put together, don't separate. And because if you separate, then you get less. Because you separate, then you get less credit. So claim med expenses for 12 months period ending. That's we already go through that. Okay. This one I need to change is for 2020. So I not update for this one. Okay. For 2021. Claim expenses for 12 months ending in tax year for 2021. 2021 tax year, you could claim expenses in 2020, not 2019, 2020. In 2000, so you could claim expenses paid in 2020. Okay, keep in your mind, because sometimes I give you lots of example is 2020, but if you 2020 you have a 2020 receipt, that means you have a 2020 receipt, you are not claim it. If somebody already claimed in 2020 return, then you just in 2021 you just claim from January to December. January 2021 to December 2021 is correct. Okay. It's all correct. Don't thinking you claim all 2020 is not correct. So that's I just give you because in 2020, if you have 2020's medical expenses, so now this 2021 is the chance you claim. For 2021, you can leave next year to claim. Okay, that's I give you I give you the best result. But if you're choosing 2021, that's absolutely is right. You from January 2021 to December 2021, CRA won't say you wrong. Okay, won't say you wrong. But I just tell you, if you have unclaimed 2020's receipt, you still get a chance to claim. Understand? Some student, they just confused. Okay, usually more beneficial for the person with low income to claim that amount. So is anybody understand that question? That line, you understand that sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So more beneficial for the person with low income. Why? Why?
Because less will be deducted from the credit.
Yes, in this case, you get a bigger credit, right? You get a bigger credit. So the total claims for the taxpayer, spouser, and the common law partner, and the minor dependent children, and the post amount on 33099 okay, the official line is 33099. Then subtract 3% of taxpayer's net income. So net income line is 23600. Or this one is increased, so I need to change this number. Is in 2020 is 2,300. Now it's come to 2,421, I think. Yeah. So they changed. So the subtract amount is changed is 2,400. So for other dependents, the total expenses for each dependent and reduce the claim for 3% of their dependent's net income. Okay, that's still that amount. Still that amount is for still that amount is changed. Okay, is 21. So for the other dependent, do you remember there's 109? Right? The 109, I asked you to read it. So the 109 is the same thing. When the medical expenses, they still reduce, subtract the 3% of their that dependent's net income, or 2,421. Which one is less? Okay, if the net income is 3% of net income is smaller than 2,421, then they take that 3% of net income. If it's bigger, like 3,000, then they subtract is 2,421. Okay, on 33199 is 109. Okay, important. Okay, important. Do not forget to enter amount for your medical expenses that is already including your box 85 of your T4 slip, or box 135 or your T4A slip. What this one is, because we are doing electronic return. Okay, so when you enter box 85 on your T4 and the T4A box 135, they automatically come to medical expenses. You don't worry about that. Okay, they just this one is this slide is my friend. She work at HR Block. She made it. So that she said important. So I tell you, what is box 85 of your T4? Box 85 of your T4 is you have the company they have medical insurance, right? The medical insurance, then the insurance, including your medical insurance, then you pay what you paid is 85. They subtract you from your paycheck. Okay, every paycheck like CPP, like the tax deduction. So every month every paycheck they subtract that. So but this one is something you paid for your medical expenses. So in this case, they are put on 85. Okay, for the company they paid is not put 85. Company paid your benefit. Okay, they just put on payroll. So company paid a portion is not in 85. So is 80 box 85 is only they deduct from your paycheck. So 85 is medical insurance. And the same thing, the box 135 from your T4A is the same thing. They deduct from, is medical insurance. They deduct from your paycheck. Okay. Medical expenses. So the medical expenses is qualified or not, okay? That some common eligible medical expenses including, okay, this is common, okay, the common one. So medical service provided by qualified medical practitioner, okay, dentist and dental service. So you see dentist and dental service. So dentist, anything you pay the dentist, then dental service is all qualified. Okay, prescription drug and medication. See, everybody pay attention for prescription. So how about overcount? How about overcount?
No, Mom, I guess.
Not
Not
qualified.
included.
Not qualified. So how that question is, how can find is a prescription drug or not? Even there's somebody, okay, I give you a story. That's I think 2 years ago, before pandemic, my younger daughter, she has in summer she had swimming club. Okay, swimming club. Then one day my husband sent her to the swimming club. Then one day he come back. Then she complained. Her ear is pain. Then my husband bring her to walk-in clinic. Okay, walk-in clinic. Then the doctor says they have inflammation there. Then doctor give her a prescription. Says you get this one from your from pharmacy. So my husband goes to Shoppers to purchase to give the doctor's prescription, give to pharmacy. Then the pharmacy says, oh yeah, we have something, but this one is so this one you can pick up is over there, okay? And the shelf at number 3 or number 5 something. Then my husband is come back. Then my husband give me the receipt. He paid $20 receipt. He give me because I'm the person is prepared the tax. Give me receipt. He said, okay, this one is prescription drug because the doctor, because we have doctor prescription, right? We have doctor's prescription here and the receipt. Okay, prescription and the receipt. You just do your tax return. You give to me. Then when I just said look at that receipt, then I just threw the garbage. I said no, this is not a prescription drug. Then my husband said, why you know? How you? Then my husband said, why? How you know that? I said, then my husband realized that the pharmacy tell him to go to that shelf 6 or shelf 8, then you pick up by yourself. Okay, it's over there. Then they tell him the name, you pick up. Then it's, of course, this over-count prescription is over-count drug. It's not the prescription drug. But how do I know? My husband didn't tell me. They just give me the prescription. This says prescription drug. My husband tell me. So how do I know? Then I tell you, how do I know? So for the prescription drug, when you have a receipt, the receipt, they have a DIN number, DIN, DIN number. Okay, they have a DIN number and RX, the RX number. So all the RX number, RX probably is registered something. Okay, and then the DIN number. So when you have these two things, DIN and the RX number, that means it's prescription drug. Otherwise, it's over-count number. Clear? Okay. That's, you make sure it's a prescription drug and medication. Ambulance service, or from ambulance service to or from to hospital. Prescription eyeglasses, prescription contact lenses. Okay. Laboratories test and X-ray. Diabetes test supplies. Premiums, the premiums for private healthcare plan, including those you paid through your payroll deductions. So through your payroll deductions is on box 85 of your T4. Okay, they just says that. So you keep in your mind, it's private healthcare. If it's public healthcare, it's not including that. Okay, so for the premiums for mandatories for prevention health plan, such as British Columbia Medical Service Plan, is not claimable. Okay, so that means I think now, before Alberta, I do remember over 10 years ago, couple years ago. So Alberta healthcare, we still need to pay. One person is I can't remember, it's the whole family is 200 or only probably our whole family is 200 every year we paid. So now they just take out, we don't need to pay for the Alberta healthcare plan. So for Saskatchewan, I believe you are not paying. Saskatchewan province healthcare plan, you don't need to pay, right? So if you paid, for some province, they still need to pay. Even you paid, this one is not medical expenses, okay? It's not medical expenses. But for some, like Sun Life, okay? And like Sun Life, that insurance you paid medical expenses is qualified or not? Is qualified or not?
Qualified, ma'am.
It's qualified. Okay, it's qualified. Yeah, right. It's your private health care. It's called private health care plan. So this one, the premium you paid, it is including medical expenses. Okay.
I have a question. Sorry.
Yes.
Like an example, for the company group insurance, company group health insurance in my husband working. So is that qualified or no?
It's qualified, but they
didn't put in the T4. So what?
You need to talk that they didn't put the T4.
No.
Then you need to talk to the accounting, ask them to give your total number. Then you put the medical expenses. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You ask them, then you deduct because they deduct from your paycheck, right?
Yeah, because I think it's almost 3 years already.
Oh no!
I just know that. and every paycheck they deduct 160, so it's a big amount.
Yeah, no, you cannot cut a 3 years ago. Then you like I said.
But this year I can claim it next year, right?
Yeah, as long as your net income, make sure your net income. Okay, the net income. Yeah.
Okay.
So
thank you.
you calculate your 3% of your net income. Like I said, your 3% when you do because medical expenses is the last item. Like I said, right?
Yes.
The medical expenses the last item. So I'm going to show you the system is automatically calculate. The system is automatically calculate 3% of your net income. So they give you the number. When that number is, when you get that number is, is bigger. Like so they give you like 1,500. So your 3% of your 1,000 is 3% of your net income is 1,500. So you make sure your medical expenses is more than 1,500. Then you're able to claim. Otherwise, you are not able to claim. Less than 1,500, you are not able to claim. Okay, so that system is when you put your total income there, then the system will calculate 3% of your net income. You make sure you add all the things up. Then if you think add your husband's that one is more than that, then you ask your husband, call the county, they give you a number, then you
Okay,
put down.
sure.
Otherwise less than that, you just don't need to borrow them, right?
Yeah.
If you add that number, you just roughly calculate it. If you add this number still less than that, so forgot it. Okay, forgot it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, forgot it. So that that's the one is the counting the payroll. That's why ask your do the pay the people that take a payroll program. So there's lots of people they are not qualified for the payroll the position, the payroll position, because they don't know tax, income tax. As long as you have knowledge to do your payroll and income tax, then you have strong on that position. Okay, that you says that they are not including T4. That means they doesn't know has to including T4. And the lots of company they have a benefit. Some benefit is taxable benefit. Some benefit is non-taxable benefit. So for the taxable benefit, they need including T4, box 14. For non-taxable benefit, they are not including that. But the payroll guy, they're not including that. So in this case, as long as the CRA find out, then that company get penalty because CRA lost revenue, right? You including T4 box 14, then the people pay the tax. If you're not including that, then they don't pay tax. Okay, so they lost revenue. And yeah, I tell you that okay. Then we finish that one. We take a break, okay? And I have a lot of stories for that accounting. They are not qualified. They are not qualified for because they're small company. The lots of small company they only use one person. They just do the payroll stuff, okay? And they even don't have enough. Don't have enough that knowledge for the income tax. So they did lots of mistake. There's some people they talk to me. They say, "I say it's not right," but they say it's okay every year. It's okay because CRA not come to them to editing. If it's edited, they are do audition, then they in trouble. But they just let them go. Okay, for travel expenses, okay, the travel expenses is still qualified. Okay, and I just give you example is my friend. Okay, my friend, she is she is lawyer. She make lots of money. Okay, lawyer. Then her husband is also a banker and make more money than her. Okay, there's a very rich family, but my friend, then she has a problem with a digestive problem. Okay, I don't know that medication, the medical stuff, but she needs surgery. Then she needs surgery. Then she find that that surgeon, the best one is in Boston. That hospital United States, Boston. That some hospital is the top one to do this kind of surgery. Okay, then she talked to the doctor. The doctor agreed her to go to States to do that surgery. Okay, And the doctor agree with her, but they says they need the Alberta health care plan only cover the expenses is in here. So when the Alberta healthcare plan, we do surgery. This same kind of surgery do in Alberta is, for example, is 5,000. Then if you do that surgery, that cost is 12,000. So we only cover 5,000. So 7,000, then you need to pay by your own, okay, from your pocket. Then she agreed with that. Okay. Then she said, yeah, I want to get the best result. I want to get the best one. Then she fly to the States. Okay. She fly to the States and her husband with her. So she has to go there earlier to 2 days or 3 days. So the 2 days or 3 days she's living in hotel. Then she moved to the hospital. Okay, then did the surgery. Then after that, she moved to hotel to live there for 1 week. Then flew back to Calgary. Some things like this one. So what happened is Alberta Blue Cross only pay part of the travel, the medical expenses only for part of them. So over that amount is out of pocket. So over that amount is out of pocket then she can claim is medical expenses. That's what I tell her. So you can claim medical expenses for your out of your pocket, right? So for example, she spent 20,000 there, including that air tickets, okay, because it's travel, okay, the travel expenses, including hotel, including that air tickets, but only for her, okay, not for her husband. Her husband is with her. Is not, you cannot deduct, okay, cannot deduct your husband's expenses for air tickets for something. No, you can't deduct. Only deduct your expenses for the travel, including travel. So air tickets, something stay in the hotel, and even meal. Okay, even meal. So meal, I'm going to give to you at the good one is a flat rate. So the flat rate. So how much? So and because every year is changing. I think now it's $39 for per meal. $39 for per meal. So total is times 3. Okay, so those times 3. How much? The day, 1 day for one person. Okay, I'm going to check because this year is changing. Before is 35. So 39 times 3 is 117. 117 for one person for per day. Okay, so that's even for meals. Then she can the total expenses subtract the Alberta healthcare plan paid. Alberta health plan paid, and she then she has filled the form. Okay, she has filled the form. Then Alberta health plan, then the doctor, family doctor or what specialist, they sign it. Then Alberta healthcare will give her that certain amount. Okay, I don't know how much amount, but Alberta healthcare will compensate that amount, reimbursement that amount give to her. She has to subtract that amount. Then they put all the amount, put the medical expenses. Okay, put all in medical expenses. So you clear? You clear medical expenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. So